Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Being Elven, the show for and about the Elven community. This week, we'll talk about soaking your oats, the web series Standard Action, earthing, and we'll do a second part on tree identification. So stay tuned. I've decided to do something a little different about how I'm going to organize the information in my YouTube videos. Instead of these very long videos where I can't focus on any one subject, I'm going to briefly introduce 4 different things that I've looked into each week. Then what I'll do is I'll invite you to comment. Put in the comments section below what you'd most like to hear about, and I will do a more thorough treatment of that subject in video format to follow up on the weekly introduction piece. A little chicken soup for the Elven soul. There is a web series called Standard Action. It is independently created and very humorous. It's a must-see if you're a gamer. It focuses on a human sorceress, an awkward druid, a half-halfling bard, and a barbarian elf. Yes, you heard me correctly. Actually, it is in that awkward combination of barbarian elf that we learn a little bit about how we perceive elves. So give it a watch. Let me know what you think. They're doing wonderful work. So this week, I focused on soaking grains. In this case, soaking my oatmeal. What I've done is I've taken a pint jar and I've added 1/2 cup of traditional oats, not quick oats. I've filled it to the first thread with warm water and added 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. The acid content helps break down the phytic acid that is on the outer coating, which prevents easy digestion and absorption of all the good nutrients that's in oatmeal. I prep this 24 hours in advance. I do it in the morning and then after I eat the previous day's soaked oatmeal. Some people like to just soak it overnight, so they will make it in the evening. That's good too. What I do is I unscrew this, I put it in a mesh strainer, and I run warm water over it in the morning. I add it to a bowl with various fruits, nuts, and ground flaxseed, and add a little hot water over that so it's nice and warm, and I eat it without really cooking it. It stays with me until lunchtime, and it has all the amazing benefits of oatmeal with none of the negative consequences of leaving that hard outer shell intact. One tremendously interesting topic that I learned about this week is called earthing. Earthing is, the philosophy behind earthing is that we have a lot of inflammation in our body that causes most illnesses. We have a lot of free radicals in our body, and we've got electrical pollution via Wi-Fi zipping through us all the time. And earthing is supposed to rebalance that by taking up free electrons from the Earth's surface into our body to reduce inflammation, to act as an antioxidant, a very powerful one. What you want to do is you want to stay away from things with insulative soles, like these rubber sandals that I'm currently wearing. You'll go barefoot or you'll lay in the grass. You don't actually have to be moving to be earthing. What I did this morning is, these are wet because I just took a hike with my family, and these moccasins have leather soles, so I derive all the benefits of earthing with a little bit more protection. Speaking of the protection, I have very tender feet right now, so I've only been able to do 10 minutes a day, and I do challenge you to at least start with that and work your way up if you notice a benefit enough to do this. Now, besides the physical benefits of earthing, there are some spiritual benefits, and one of them is that earthing is, by its nature, a moving meditation. You have to stay in the present moment as you watch your feet move across the earth, otherwise you may step on something that's unpleasant. And if you stop paying attention, your attention will be refocused as soon as you do step on something unpleasant. Also, I've learned more about nature in the past week because I'm looking at it with a whole new sense, touch, and it's making me more aware of my surroundings. It's increasing my quality time because with two very small children, one only 3 months old, I'm not getting the quantity time I used to get. Last time I began talking about tree identification via the 3 main questions. Those were, is the tree a conifer or is it deciduous? Are the leaves alternately or oppositely arranged? And are the leaves simple or compound? This week I did a further treatment of leaf shape, and I spoke on the 2 main categories of simple leaves. That is, are they lobed or unlobed? And if they are lobed, how are they lobed? Are they palmately lobed, like a maple leaf, where the veins come out from one central point to the various lobes? Or pinnately lobed, like a feather, where there's one midrib and smaller veins come from that? For the compound leaves, I talked about 3 different categories. One is pinnately compound, where the leaflets come like a feather off of a main rib. Then I also talked about palmately lobed, and that's where the leaflets come from a central point all the way around from that central point. The 3rd category of compound leaves is double compound or twice compound leaves. And in this case, you've got, say this is the stem and this is the leaf. Then you will have a leaflet coming off the leaf, but the leaflet will have leaflets of its own. So you can see that it's mirrored twice over. The only one that I know of in New York State is the honey locust. I also talked about the dichotomous key. A dichotomous key comes from 2 choices. And how these work is that you are given a question with 2 possible answers. And once you make one or the other answer determination, it will tell you where to go for the next question with 2 sets of answers. As you go down the list, you'll get closer and closer to identifying the tree that you're looking at. And most good field guides will have a dichotomous key. So when you go to look for one to purchase, it's something to look for. So that's what I did this week in my tree identification. This has been the 2nd episode of Being Elven, the show for and about the Elven community. Now I'd like to hear from you. Which of these 4 topics are of the most interest to you? Let me know in the comments section below, and I will do a full video treatment of one of these topics. So until next time, live mythically.